No, the title or the thumbnail of this video is not a clickbait. As I speak, we are currently in Ladakh attempting to drive the Mercedes-Benz EQB electric SUV from the capital of India to the base of the highest battlefield of the world, the Siachen Base Camp. This is also the northernmost point of India that is open to civilians. And if we achieve this, this will also be a new India Book of Record in the making. The start of this exclusive endurance happened a few days back from the heart of Delhi. Right then, day number 1 and we're in the heart of Delhi at Silver Arrows, just juicing up the EQB to completely 100%. It's almost 7 AM, a perfect time to escape this concrete jungle toward the roof of the world. Now, thanks to early morning departure, we got thin traffic and soon were on the open roads towards Jammu and Kashmir. So I'll keep day 1 short and simple. It's a dash of 600 kilometers from Delhi to Jammu and covering 5 states. So we have Delhi, we have Haryana, we have Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and of course Jammu and Kashmir. And the good thing is this car has long legs and ample range. In fact, we have done 100 kilometers in 21%, which means almost 5 kilometers for every 1% of battery. Super good till now, 2 people on board, AC running and the luggage. So far, very good going with the EQB. At Kurukshetra, we took a quick breakfast break. Now till here, we had consumed 34% of battery for 163 kilometers, which means a possible range of 480. So just past the 4th toll of the day within 220 kilometers. This, by the way, is the updated EQB350 that was launched a few months back. We had the EQB300 earlier, this is a 350 version, so 66.5 kilowatt hour battery pack, and of course you have power going to all the 4 wheels. Moving on, the next 300 kilometers from the last stop were quick through Haryana and Punjab. I kept the EQB around the 90-95 mark and we made quick progress. Before Pathankot, it was time to take a lunch break and let the EQB get some juice back. Now the last 293 kilometers were done in only 62% of battery charge. Post this, we soon crossed Pathankot and entered Jammu and Kashmir. Now there was a long detour due to river flooding, but we made it to Jammu with ample charge left. So, day number 1 was a total of 596 kilometers in 138% of battery. Simply superb. Day number 2 with the EQB to Siachen Base Camp, and today is when the real adventure starts with this vehicle. Now, the distance from Jammu to Srinagar is only 260 kilometers, but there is a lot in store for us. Diversions, convoys of trucks, Amarnath Yatra and a lot of uphill sections. So, will it be easy? Well, let's find out. With a full 100% charge done the previous evening, we were on the road even before a full sunrise. Now leaving early always helps. Less traffic, open roads and the power of silence chewing up miles. In fact, the superb and scenic 4-lane to Udhampur was a joy to drive on. At the Katra cutoff, although we had driven just 44 kilometers, I still decided to juice up the EQB just to be on the safe side. Moving on, it was time to hit the 9.3 kilometer long Patni Top Tunnel, a great engineering feat that was opened to public in April 2017. So we are at the start of the Patni Top Tunnel, engineering marvel in itself. However, they have stopped the traffic to allow traffic going one way at a time, mainly because of the maintenance inside the tunnel. Figures, we have consumed 30% of battery and done 105 kilometers from Jammu to this elevation. So we are gaining altitude, and that's why the kilometers per kilowatt hour are less as of now, but across this tunnel, the weather will change, the scenery will change as well. Now this tunnel has not only reduced the distance to Srinagar by 30 kilometers, it has also cut down the travel time by 2 hours. Post the tunnel, our going was easy. That is, till we hit the town of Banihal, a never-ending traffic jam. So this is the traffic jam at Banihal. Till now we were quite okay, 120 kilometers on and off, but this is the last of the traffic jams, and then the second long tunnel over here and then into the lovely Kashmir Valley. After being held up for a good 30 minutes, it was finally time to let the EQB stretch its legs and enter the 8.45 km long Banihal-Qazigund tunnel. This one was opened in 2021 and further cut the distance to Srinagar by 16 kilometers. With Srinagar less than 80 kilometers away, green fields and drizzle welcomed us into the Kashmir Valley. The EQB was averaging a healthy 5 kilometers per kilowatt hour and silently made its way to the Dal Lake and beyond to the last fast charger of this trip. What an adventurous day it has been for us from Jammu to Srinagar. These kind of roads are not meant for EVs, that people will say, but the EQB refuses to give up. Now at Srinagar, we drove across the beautiful Dal Lake and we have come to this place to charge up the car for the drive tomorrow. This, guys, in my books is the most beautiful EV charging station in the country. You will agree. Now tomorrow we have the mighty Zojila Pass in store for the EQB, but I think this e-SUV, this luxury 3-row e-SUV is geared up, is ready for even the mighty Zojila Pass. For now, I'll soak in these beautiful views. Day number 3 kicks off from the heart of Srinagar. We are at the beautiful and majestic Dal Lake, a perfect backdrop for the EQB. You will agree. Now in the morning, I took the car for a spin in the heart of the lake and post the shots. If you want to know the figures, well, we're standing at 95% of charge. Ample for a road trip, but remember, we have the mighty Zojila Pass coming our way at 12,000 feet. Recipe for adventure? Definitely. The 80-kilometer run from Dal Lake to the base of Zojila Pass took approximately 2.5 hours. Our initial run was next to the lake, and then we drove through a lot of small towns, traffic and congestion. However, approximately 10 kilometers short of the town of Sonmarg, great views and the Sindh River greeted us. Temperatures dropped, elevation increased, and soon we crossed this bustling town with the Thajivas Glacier on our right side. From Sonmarg, it was pure uphill. The rise from 7,500 feet to 11,500 feet was to be done in only 20 kilometers. This was the first real test for the EQB, and at places, no roads made the trip even more adventurous. And then we came across a small traffic holdup. So we are about 4 kilometers short of Zojila Pass. Temperature is down to 9 degrees and dropping, and these are the kind of sweet traffic jams that we don't mind. Coming down to lower elevations, rain is not stopping, and we'll continue our journey ahead to Zojila. A few more kilometers and the EQB was at the first pass of this expedition. The first big milestone for the EQB350. We are at the mighty Zojila Pass at almost 12,000 feet. For figures, we have done 124 kilometers in 49% from Srinagar, and from here on, it's downhill towards Dras, which means region will be our friend and companion for the EQB. What a drive till now. From here, roads improved and so did our pace. Elevation started dropping, and the EQB, thanks to the lower center of gravity, was turning out to be a joy to drive SUV. The region also helped, and I knew we would have ample battery left by the time we reached Kargil. But before that, a quick halt at the Kargil War Memorial. The last run to Kargil was smooth. With the Dras River by my side, we chewed up miles rapidly. Clear roads, less traffic and great tarmac. Just what I needed to ensure efficiency remained high. Why? Well, with no charging infra at Kargil, we had to use extremely slow overnight charging at the resort. Day number 4 started on a beautiful note. The sun was out, the sunflowers seemed happy, and the EQB managed to get 31% charge overnight. So starting off from Kargil at 9:15 AM, battery level is 64%, and I'm going to reset the values so that we can keep on showing you the efficiency and the distance covered. So good to go. It says 260 kilometers possible, but of course Leh is less. However, 2 mountain passes await the EQB. Today's run would be totally tarmac. That was the good part. The difficult part? Well, 2 high altitude passes coming the EQB's way. That said, this journey had to be completed no matter what. While my team got busy with capturing the EQB in this amazing landscape, I decided to soak in the views and play my favorite tracks via the fantastic audio setup. And then the climb to Namikila Pass started. So towards the second pass of the trip and the first for today, the Namikila Pass, the gradient is really steep, and this is where you start having anxiety because the motor has to work very hard and the consumption starts falling down. However, on the other side, we have gravity coming in, so the regen will definitely happen. The roads are fantastic, the views are even better, and this trip is going as planned till now, but I'll reserve my judgment till we hit the second pass for today, the Fotula Pass. Trust me, each passing kilometer only made me happier. And at the top, it was time to take a break and capture the EQB with the Namikila boat in the backdrop. Post this pass, I was happy to get the regen working wonders. And this was important as we still had to cross one more point, the highest point on the Srinagar-Leh route, the Fotula Pass. Road trips to Ladakh are a perfect example of the great saying that the journey itself is as enjoyable as a destination. The views around are simply remarkable, This is my nth time to Ladakh in a car or a bike, but this will be the most special and for the right reasons, and Fotula is right in front of us. Welcome to the highest pass on the Srinagar-Leh route. This is the windy Fotula Pass, but this one has more in store and the journey has to go on, but not before a quick break with the flags. What a scenic day, right? But there was more to come. An hour before Leh, the valley opened up and even gave us ample straights to let the EQB fly. Welcome to the Basgu Plains. From here on, it was downhill run into the outskirts of Leh town. It's day number 3 with the EQB350. It's a non-stop drive for us, but in terms of driver ergonomics and the comfort factor, I don't really have any complaints with this SUV. In fact, I love the seats because they are part leather and part cloth. The seating comfort, the view from the driver's seat, and more importantly, the ride quality. In spite of the relatively low profile tires, the ride quality over undulations, broken tarmac, and the off-road stretches we did is surprisingly pretty good. So if you're planning to buy the EQB350 and want to go for long trips with your family, the comfort factor is taken care of. Now, in terms of the figures, we are approximately 40 kilometers short of Leh town, but the battery is down to 25%. We also have to find a suitable charging slot. So it's, I wouldn't say it's a range anxiety, but definitely things are getting a bit tensed. However, fingers crossed, because I still have full faith in the efficiency of this electric SUV. We finally made it to our hotel in the heart of town with only 18% battery left. Yes, we did the 210-kilometer run in 46% battery, an efficiency of almost 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Simply superb, right? this is the day we had been waiting for. History will be created. The first electric car to reach the Siachen Base Camp, and a lot of myths will be shattered. Now, to authenticate the entire run, we have officials from India Book of Records. So this is as genuine as a run can ever get. Every detail, everything is genuine, nothing is fake. We started from Leh with almost 100% charge, 98% to be precise. Now, the distance to Siachen Base Camp was only 200 kilometers. But remember, we had the mighty Khardungla Pass on our way first. This was it, the day we had all been waiting for. The EQB made its way silently through the empty streets of Leh before joining the main route to what was once the world's highest motorable road. Just 40 kilometers separates Leh and Khardungla, but the going was steep, very steep. With no traffic around, the EQB made its way up without a fuss. This was pure power of silence. However, at the same time, I was concerned about the dropping temperatures. 0 degrees came in quick and then it dropped even further. See for yourself. The board says it all. The roof of the world, almost 18,000 feet, and currently I don't think any other EV in the world is at this altitude. I am panting because of the lack of oxygen, but this is an EV, no oxygen required, and we'll take a short break and then continue our journey towards our main aim, the Siachen Base Camp. And before you ask, due to the 7,000 feet climb, the battery level was down to 69%. This shot was taken just after leaving Khardungla. And yes, regen was going to be our help for the next 30 minutes. As you can see, the battery went up from 69% to 72 and even to 76. Coming down the barren landscape of Khardungla, post that we are in the lush green Nubra Valley. Right now crossing the small town of Sumur. And those who want to know the figures, while going up Khardungla, we were punishing the battery, but right now, regen has helped us a lot. So 108 kilometers and approximately 26% of battery gives me more confidence with the EQB. Now, just to reiterate, this is India's first and only 3-row luxury electric SUV. It's a completely built unit as an import into India, and it's got the 4-matic touch, which means the power can go to all the 4 wheels. Now, within a few minutes, we'll be reaching the destination, the Siachen Base Camp, and that is where the officials, 2 officials from IBR, they will authenticate and we'll end the drive with the medal and the certificate. With range anxiety out of my mind, it was time to hunt for the target, the destination we had planned for. The unthinkable adventure in an electric car. Every time the Siachen boat came our way, my excitement took leaps and bounds. But the roads, or the lack of them, kept the adventure level sky high. And then, after days of driving through North India, history was created. With the officials from India Book of Records with us for authentication, we finally got our certificate. This is it. We are at the northernmost point that is open to civilians in the country. That is the highest battlefield in the world, the Siachen Glacier. This, I think, has been an epic journey, and of course, all kudos to Mercedes-Benz for having full faith in the EQB350. I spent some time over here at the proud branding at the back, I love Siachen, and then we start our journey back towards Leh. By the way, we have done 200 kilometers across a variety of situations. Almost, sub-zero temperatures, no roads, mountain passes, you saw it, everything. So guys, if you're still watching the video, a big thank you from me and of course from all of us at Mercedes-Benz. What a proud moment and what joy. So if we had any doubts on the capability of a luxury EV in the toughest of conditions, I am sure the answer has been convincing enough.